Daniel O'Donnell, it's great to have you back at noise11.com.
Thank you, Paul. It's lovely to be with you.
And a new album now and then to talk about this time as well.
Yes, it's just released, and I hope people will enjoy it. We recorded it earlier this year, so yeah, it's always a labor of love when I get to do, songs that I enjoy, and this is a mixture of old and new now and then.
Well, hence the title. How do you curate an album then? Because, there are so many songs to choose from. You've made some great choices on here, including, there's a John Denver song on here. I think Queen, You're My Best Friend.
I suppose there's a lot of older songs that I always do covers, on all albums. There's only ever been one album that they were all original, and that was Until the Next Time that I wrote. I was involved in writing myself with friends of mine and some on my own. But I always record some older songs because I enjoy so many of them. I have a list as long as your arm still that I would like to record. And then I'm very lucky that writers give me songs. So on this album, it's kind of half and half. All Irish writers actually this time. And I just love the songs that I got, the original songs. So they seem to fit well together. There's as you said, the Country Roads is on there. It's hard to believe that in all the years I've been recording and singing, and I've sung Country Roads many times, I never put it down on an album, but I always had it on the list, and then there's a Marty Robbins song, The Story of My Life, When You Say Nothing at All. I suppose a lot of people sort of connect that with Ronan Keating, which of course we all do. But I go back to the Keith Whitley's version. I heard, I knew it from him. And then the original songs, as I said, when I got them, I knew I loved them, and I hope people will enjoy them too.
And Stevie Wonder, I just called to say I love you.
Yes,
funnily enough,
yes.
Coincidentally, I just watched The Woman in Red just the other week, just before I heard about this record coming out. And I hadn't seen that movie in about, since it was new. So that would be about 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A song like that actually has a lot of image already attached to it. How do you detach your audience from an image of a song that's so famous from a movie and make it your own?
Well, I suppose I don't try to sing it like Stevie Wonder or like, I never try to sing any song like anybody. And I just start, I sometimes I go in and songs, the older songs, I think, oh no, I just can't master that one. But I hope that, I treated this one okay. And I just sang it the way I would sing it. There's nothing like Stevie Wonder, but it's just the way I can sing it, and I enjoyed singing it. So I hope again that people will think it's okay.
Have you had feedback over the years from people whose songs you've used?
Yes, the writers are they're very gracious, I suppose. They're complimentary too. And you're always wondering, from singers, you mean? No, never from singers that maybe would have a hit song. I've never sort of encountered any of them, But I think when a song is good, you're going to get lots of people. I mean, in country music, somebody might have a hit record, but you'll find that lots of the country singers record the songs. I mean, the writers, I would hear from them, when I record their songs, especially if they're Irish writers. They would talk to me about it, and generally they would. I mean, I've never had one saying they don't like it, so they're probably kind.
When we talked last, you talked about when you had a new album out, it didn't necessarily mean that those songs went into a set list. Is that the case with this record as well?
Yeah, I would only do some of them. I suppose when you're on the road as long as I am, there's an amount of songs that are there already that are in the program. They never deviate or they never come out. Like I Want to Dance with You and I Need You and Stand Beside Me and Home to Donegal and My Donegal Shore. These songs are there. So then as albums come and go, I do a few new ones. I might do two or three from this album now in the shows we have coming up. We're in the UK and in America in October and November, and we'll do two or three, and that's probably all I'll do from it. Now, in the future, it doesn't mean that I won't look at it and say, oh, well, we'll do this now or do that then. But never a whole album on a tour.
You've had so many albums, it must be difficult just to even contemplate a set list.
Well, you just look. I suppose we'll go back to the couple albums before this one too. There's a few songs that, became popular from the albums. And then it's just from the beginning till now, really. I start generally with Stand Beside Me early in the show because that was the first recording I did, first session. I recorded My Donegal Shore and Stand Beside Me. They were Stand Beside Me was the A side when there was 45s and there was an A and a B side. How things have changed, but so I always do them. And I Need You was an important song. I Want to Dance with You, as I said. Tipperary Girl Gets a Go. The Down at the Laddie Da was very popular. In recent times. So we try to sort of look, and then there's songs that people might ask for that we haven't done for a while. And if we can make any kind of stab at them at all, we'll try. The band are very good. They're very adaptable.
Earlier this year, you took a break from touring for health reasons. How is your health now?
Fine, fine. I mean, I actually, I'm going to take a break now at the end of the year. I'm going to take next year off and probably a good part of the following year. I'm fine. I'm actually fine. It's allergy issues I had that were causing just endless problems. But I got, a lot of attention from medical people and I got medication. But my aim is maybe to go off the medication and see how I am now when I finish the shows this year. And I felt to do that, I maybe need to be off the road and deal with whatever comes and see if it's food related or what it is. So looking forward to the break. It'll be strange for me. I will do Gertrude Burns cruise. That's in September, and again I'm booked for 27, which has just gone on sale. It's out, and both these cruises are in Europe. Sometimes she does them, and America. And then a few things at home. I do a TV show every year for the Irish Channel, a series, and then a few charity things that I'll do. But that's it. There'll be no tours. I think when I go back on the road, I won't do any more than two shows in a row. Somebody said to me, "Why are you doing that?" I says, "Well, I'm moving to a bungalow before I can't climb the stairs."
You must get another Australian trip in at least. You can't
Well,
just,
I would hope we will. I hope we do. I mean, we have no plans. I suppose the issue now is the promoters. It's hard to just get a promoter. It's a very costly thing to bring us all to Australia. So I suppose to make it all add up, that's the issue. But hopefully something will work out that we'll get back.
You've had so many albums over the years. I think it's pretty much been an album a year since the early 80s, actually.
Yes, that's right.
But you skipped 2024, Daniel. What was going on then?
Did I skip? I think I had. Well, maybe you didn't get it there, but we did have an album out last year. I can't remember what it was called, but we did. I did an album last year. They'll have to look it up and try and get it out there. I had an album out here. So I didn't. I've had an album every year since, as you say, 84.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think there was one missing in around 2014 or 2013 as well.
Yeah. Well, maybe they just didn't make it. They may have come out then two at another time. They may have put two out in 1 year.
That's probably what's happened.
Yeah.
What about that Top of the Pops? Do you look back on Top of the Pops and that appearance? Did it make you a pop star in its time?
Well, I don't know if I was ever a pop star, but it was a great experience. I mean, we grew up with Top of the Pops. It was kind of like a religious service every week, you know. You had to watch it. And, you know, it's just that generation, you know, from the 60s up till it's a shame that it went off the TV because it would be lovely. I think they should bring it back because for young people that are in the music business, it was the place to be, you know. And I was amazed that I got on it because my music, even though, you know, it gained great popularity, it wasn't the type of music that was on every radio station and certainly not the pop music stations. So to get on Top of the Pops was fantastic. It was just a thrill, you know, to be on there.
We used to have a show in Australia called Countdown, and it was on
Yeah,
every Sunday night,
similar.
6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And in that
Mm.
1 hour, you got this capsule of everything that was happening in the music industry for that week, which Top of the Pops basically was, you know, in your part of the woods. When people went on that show, everybody knew the song the next day. Is that the effect that you had too?
Yeah. And you know the thing about it was too that you know we weren't in the social media era. You know, we weren't in the social media era. So you didn't know what was number one. At least I didn't know. Maybe people in the music business that were dealing with it knew. But the majority of people wouldn't know. So you had to watch Top of the Pops to know what was number one. So there was an excitement about it, you know.
I know in Ireland, when they play you on the radio, they just refer to you as Daniel, you know, like Cher or
Yeah,
Madonna. Just Daniel. That must be a bit
I know.
weird.
Well, it's amazing, you know, when you start out, when I started out, I never ever thought that I would, you know, do all that I have done and still, you know, that I'm still releasing albums and, you know, touring, talking about touring and it's been just the most wonderful experience and wonderful journey and career. Thanks to people who have followed me and there, you know, where you are, so many people have supported what I have done. You know, it's been tremendous, really, and that's why I hope we'll get back at some point. You know, to do some shows, but it's just great, and I'm very very grateful to the audience. And to everybody on record, you know, and radio stations, and you know, because especially in Australia, because when you're not, and New Zealand, when we're only getting there very periodically, you know, to be played on the radio is very important.
Mm. When I was getting ready for this interview and, you know, getting on the old Google machine, what's Daniel been up to lately? And what popped up is something about politics and you denying running for prime minister or president or something in
Yeah,
Ireland. What was that all about?
the presidential election is coming up now in a few weeks, and you know they were looking at all the candidates, the people that might go forward, and some people said, "Oh, Daniel should go for president," but no, it's not something that I would ever have done. I mean, I'm flattered that anybody would think. Not, I'm sure not everybody thinks that, but I have no political background really, you know, and I just don't feel it would be the place for me. But uh, you know, you're honoured. I'm honoured that even people. It would be a great honour to be the president of the country, the president of Ireland. I suppose it isn't essentially a very political role, although I think you need to have a political background. You're above politics. It's a bit like what the king is in England. You know, we are prime minister. We call him the Taoiseach, is what runs the country. The president doesn't comment on political things, although he signs all of the bills and you know the constitution is very much adhered to.
Much like what we have as a governor general in Australia,
Yeah, I
a
guess so. Yeah,
representative of
yeah.
the king.
Yeah, well, for here to be just you're a republic, so the president is just the Republic of Ireland, and you know it's a tremendous role to have. It's the highest office in the country, you know, to be in. But there's always a lot of controversy about it, and there was three people, and now one of them just last night has pulled out. So there's only two women running for the role now, and there's a lot of controversy about it, about how you know some people weren't allowed to run. You have to get so many votes from members of parliament or members of the government or the councils, and so the main parties blocked their people from voting for candidates. So it ended up there was only three. There should have been at least five. So there's a lot of discontent here about it, should I say.
Well, if you do consider, I think you'd make a great one. But
Well, no, I won't be. In case it comes back home that I told you I might, I won't be.
Fair enough. Well, the new album is out there now and then. Daniel O'Donnell, it's always a pleasure to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you too, and hello to everybody that gets to hear this. And hopefully you'll enjoy the album, and hopefully at some point, somehow, I'll get back to visit you.